Hey guys, Shane here, Aus Flight Simmer. Welcome to another test drive video. Now if you haven't seen one of these before, this is where we take a scenery, a utility or an aircraft in all different types of flight simulators and I'll take it for a spin around the block and give you my first impressions. Is it worth value for money? In today's video, we are checking out the new release Yak from A1R Designs. If you want to see more content like this, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up and let's get stuck into the video. The Yak-12A for P3D version 4 has been released recently by the team at A1R Designs. You can find it over at the sim market for €19. If you're not familiar with the Yak-12A outside a flight simulator, it is a conventional monoplane aircraft. It has a metal brace wing and the rest of the fuselage is covered by canvas. It is a 4-seat aircraft with a fixed wheel configuration and it is also a tail dragger just to make things interesting. The wings on the aircraft are fitted with flaps and automatic slats, and the engine what comes with this aircraft is a 9-cylinder 4-stroke air-cooled petrol-powered radial engine, and does it sound great. The aircraft is mainly used for transport, glider towing, pilot training, parachute training and many other things. So let's take a closer look at the A1R designed Yak of the exterior. In my opinion, the exterior of the Yak is done to a very high quality. The attention to detail is next to none. This aircraft may be tiny in stature, but when it comes to eye candy, it makes up for it. The aircraft comes with 5 different liveries and also some static elements such as wheel chocks, pitot heat covers and also aircraft brace to brace it to the tarmac. The texturing on the aircraft is as good as the high quality 3D. All materials are done with HD spectacular bump and reflection maps, and they've also included volumetric side view prop effect. All the details have been covered on the aircraft, right from the braces that go on the horizontal stabilizer. Everything has been covered without the reduction in frames. This aircraft is superior when it comes to performance in the simulator. So we've been saying all that, we're going to check out the menus that come with the aircraft and jump in the cockpit and take the Yak for a spin. The Yak comes with a small configuration menu with such items as enabling, disabling auto start, hide or show your pilot. You can put on your pitot heat covers, your chocks down and also your tie downs, and this is where you can open all your passenger doors, pilot doors and cargo doors as well. So I'm going to close the doors and take all the covers off, and then we are going to jump in and start her up. Welcome to the cockpit of the Yak. As you can see, it's very highly detailed, but we're going to that a little bit later. Yes, this is a Soviet or Russian aircraft, so everything is in Russian and not English. But if you've flown aircraft such as a 152 or 172 or a Piper, pretty much everything should be familiar with, but you can refer to the menus to find out what gauges are what. As easy as that to start up. So we're going to finish configuring the aircraft, let everything warm up, and we're going to begin our taxi. We are all configured and are ready for taxi. Now bear in mind this aircraft is a tail dragger, so you need to make sure you've picked a good view in the aircraft, that you've got plenty of visuals out the front. But this aircraft is different than any other tail dragger that I've flown. It is very easy to taxi around. You wouldn't even know it's a tail dragger. That's how easy it is. So it's a very short taxi today. The airport that we are at is Uniform Mike Lima, I believe. I can't pronounce the airport name. It is a Russian airport. But we're going to hold short just here. And then we're going to pop the flaps down. And then we're going to get on our way. We are ready to go. We're just going to pull out on the runway here. The flaps are down, so I'm going to be quiet now so you can enjoy the takeoff and listen to the sounds of the radial engines of the Yak. I'll come back to you just as we're joined up in the air. There we go, pretty straightforward takeoff. Just got to remember, with a tail drag you need to push the nose down to lift the tail up before we take off. With in saying that, we're going to keep climbing, get some altitude, and we'll do a bit of a montage as we leave our current airport. We're going to make a left turn up here to where that sort of salt deposit or mine is. Interesting thing with the Yak is that when you make your left and right turn is normally any other aircraft you turn the yoke and it will keep continuing the turn, but the Yak doesn't do that. As soon as you let go of the yoke, it will go back to the center position and it will keep you flying steady. So it's a very steady aircraft to fly, but we're going to continue our left turn here. I haven't really come across many aircraft that do this, but without having an autopilot being an older aircraft, it's pretty much a natural autopilot. So we're going to fly over there, we'll continue with the montage, and we'll come back to you shortly. Welcome back to the cockpit of the Yak. We're going to take a quick look around the cockpit. Obviously, being a GA aircraft, there is not too much to see, but first and foremost, the interior of the aircraft is the same level of high detail of the exterior of the aircraft, just the way it looks. All the buttons, the switches, and all the levers inside the cockpit have all their own custom sounds. All the switches, the buttons, the levers, everything is all in 3D, and it all is animated as well. The windshield and gauges have all reflections, and everything you see works. So we're going to make a right hand turn up here, and we're going to find where that salt deposit is, or that mine, as we fly back to the airport. Then we're going to do a stall, bit of a test of a stall, and see how the aircraft performs. But you can pretty much point this thing in the right direction, and like I said before, it is a treat to fly, and it's really stable to fly. It's a lot of fun. I've even done some low flying in this aircraft, and it's absolute ball. So we're going to pull back and see how we go on a stall. Look at that thing, pretty much flies itself. So we're going to continue going back to the airport. We'll throw into another montage, and then we'll come back to just as we're coming into approach. So we are lining up on the runway. I have one notch of flaps. There is 2 notches on this aircraft, but I find it's quite easy to land with 1 notch. So I'm going to be quiet now as we come into landing, so please enjoy, and I'll come back to you just as the wheels are touched down. There we go. The Yak's probably the easiest tail dragger that I have flown to land in a sim. But we've been saying that, we're going to slow down here, we'll do a turnaround, and we'll take a look at the replay, and then I'll come back to you with my final thoughts of the Yak. Is it value for money? So my final thoughts on the A1R Design YAK-12A for P3D version 4. Is it value for money? We can find it over the sim market for €19. Yes, it's a GA aircraft and it's very basic, but I tell you what, the eye candy and the level of detail on the interior and the exterior of this aircraft is next to none for the price. All the systems work for the aircraft and everything has been done with a high level of detail. So yes, I would say this aircraft is definitely value for money, and if you're interested in something different that is a light GA aircraft, I would highly recommend picking this up. I've had a lot of fun flying this, and I can see there's many more hours to come in the Yak. So a definite thumbs up from me. So we've been saying that, thank you very much for watching. My name is Shane, Aus Flight Simmer. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more weekly content, please hit that subscribe button and thumbs up. It's much appreciated. It really helps out the video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later. Have an awesome day. Cheers. Goodbye.